Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 19, Day 4. It is a blue day, and yes, jewels! Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either when I saw that earlier. I made sure not to take it just so I could show it for this, but yes, we did end up getting a bunch of free jewels, and apparently for the next 5 days as well. We're going to be getting a bunch of jewels. But yeah, it says, with version, or welcome to 3.1, reward 106. With version 3.1, to get you started, we thought you'd enjoy some extra jewels for the Soul Forge. More coming tomorrow, and I believe, yeah, that's the exact same message as that. And yeah, 1 event key, 200 diamonds, 5,000 shards, and 100 of the color. So I assume they're going to be doing that for every color day because it's blue day, unless that's just coincidentally the exact same color lineup. But yeah, that is actually 250 diamonds each day, which means over the course of the next 6 days, we would get, assuming it gives the same amount each time, we'd get 250 diamonds each time, and that would be enough within the next several days to be able to get the new Mythic, which would be kind of cool. So, yeah, road to new Mythic, almost there. So yeah, if we go and convert all these, like for example, that 5,000, it should be exactly 50 if I'm not mistaken. But, oops, it would help if I go to jewels. But yeah, it should be, yep, exactly 50. So, yeah, 50. So there we go. So we'd end up getting, from those 5,000 shards, 50 additional diamonds. So it's basically 250 diamonds per day. Though you would have to throw the little bit of souls, but that's a really trivial amount of souls. Only 500 to do that is very small, 100 each, of course. But anyways, let's go do the Guild Wars. We'll be getting those for next 5 days, and hopefully that will push us over into 4,000-ish. Almost, we'll get there. It'll be close. It might not be exactly, but it'll be very, very close. Anyways, let's go and, where is Guild Wars? Where are you? Guild Wars. And let's get into our Guild War battles. So, it is a blue day, of course, so we're probably going to just be throwing down the Corvash, the simple drain into the stun. Always works out pretty well, so I'm going to stick with it, stick with what works, and this definitely works against pretty much everything that there is available in the game, so definitely going to just throw that out. And we'll just do it with a Frozen Banner. Frozen Banner, of course, is just to make sure we get a bunch more blue and purple. Mainly the blue, of course, because we're going to be needing a lot of it, since our entire team does indeed use the color of blue. So right off the bat, we can get a Scion up if we want to. Don't think there's anything else that we can do that's kind of sneaky, so we'll just go with this. Could have gotten like a brown into a purple or something. Of course, that likely would not have happened, and it didn't. So we'll just take a skull, no mana drained unfortunately, another skull, and again, no mana drained if we do decide to go for it. Not sure if I'm going to go for it though. Also, all the peoples, hello JZG, hello Fox and Box, that's an interesting name, hello Simple, hello Maximuse, hello Patrick, hello Amanda, hello Odiax, hello JZG, hello Henny, hello D, hello Philip, hello Strawn, hello Hungin, welcome, hello Philip if I didn't already say it, hello Sash, welcome all, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, it said 1 out of 6, so we're getting 5 more of them, assumably. Let's see. Not shooting for the Mythic yet yourself, but it's, oh yeah, we'll let you get, like, almost 2 Legends this week, if you were going to do that instead, which could always work. Even if you're not going for Xenos, which most people probably aren't, you still might want to save your diamonds for, like, Fairish Ra or something in the future. There are quite a few good mythics out there. Just because there's not currently a good mythic to choose from, doesn't mean that there's no good mythics that will be there. Probably the next week or the following week or sometime in the near future, there'll be some really nice mythics to craft. Most notably, of course, Fairish Ra. It was there the first week, it was there the second week. It has not been there since, but it will make its rotation again at some point. Okay, well, I really want a Corvash right now. I don't want him doing anything, though, so we'll just go and drain him immediately. Just so we don't have to deal with that. We can then get to Skull Distract, which is perfectly fine. Get the KrissTigger into a Corvash, and that's basically match. We'll take the blue because why not? Get ourselves some green because we can, and that's pretty much match because we get the Corvash here. Actually, we have the KrissTigger for free, so let's go take that first. We don't need the mana that we get from it, but better than nothing. And we'll take the blue as well. And then Corvash into Scion, and that should be actually enough damage. It's very rare that Scion can actually get the kill, but it is indeed enough. Famine or Fairish Ra, whichever comes first, is who you plan to craft. Yeah, both of those are really good. Personally, I would always go and just wait for the Fairish Ra. If I was making a brand new account and was actually going to bother with those, Fairish Ra would personally be the first thing I would go for, even before Famine. But yeah, if you happen to see a Famine and there's no Fairish Ra for a while, you might as well go for it, I guess, if you want to utilize it. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be nerfing Drain anytime in the future. There was talk of that they would nerf Mana Drain, but then they didn't, so I don't know exactly what's going to be up with that, if they will or will not in the future. So do keep that in mind, because if Mana Drain ever gets nerfed, Famine's... I wouldn't say he's going to be useless, but he's going to be a lot less of a utility than what he currently is. Whereas Farish Ra is pretty much always going to be as good as he is right now. Okay, so Scion, do your work. Steal the 9 mana. All the manas. Wisp. I can't wait till the Wisp nerf comes. 100% chance that will be nerfed in the near future. Okay, we'll go move that up. There he goes on the Wisp. We take a bunch of purple mana that technically we don't use because we already have it. We could drain him. I would need him not to take brown, but he doesn't gain any benefit from brown, so he's probably not going to take it. Perfect. Oh, perfect. He even gives us an extra turn. I'll take it. And, KrissTigger, is there a green surge for you anywhere? Apparently not, so we'll just take a skull. Take that wonderful 2 mana just for it to get all of its mana. And now it has a giant spider, which I cannot reach because it does not go far enough. I could take a green into like a triple quad brown or something. Go. No, we got a triple yellow. No, if that would have been triple brown, that would have been too perfect. The triple yellow actually did nothing for us. Fail. Oh, better than nothing, I guess. I don't know if that even gives you any extra points in Guild Wars. I believe you actually have to accumulate mana for mana accumulation to give you any points. I believe taking a color that you don't actually use doesn't yield you anything extra. Pretty sure, though I cannot confirm that. I probably should have done that on yellow instead. Whoops. Whoa! That was a lot of damage, Wisp. What are you doing? What are you doing? Double kill. Okay, are we gonna waste the time to try to get this thing to full mana again? Okay, can you? No, no, no. Oh wait, never mind. Actually, I don't need to worry about that. What am I saying? Oh, I kind of do. I need to worry about the shuffle part of it. Okay, now he has giant spider, so we'll just take a purple so he has less options. Oh, well, that'll still give us a crystallize. Now he has a summon. The Wisp does nothing. Oh, he does get rid of disenchant though. I forgot about that. Oh, don't you dare devour. No. Okay. Well, he didn't devour. But still. Well, we'll go and take the blues then. Get rid of... not purple. We need to keep green, we need to keep blue, and we need to keep purple. Let's get rid of... the only problem with that is that's all the colors he needs as well, other than red. There's barely any red on the board. Okay, so he's about to get another Wisp and another giant spider. If we get lucky enough, we can just resummon our entire team, which is the game plan here. Let's get rid of red. Nice. Wisp is dead. Come on, KrissTigger. Solo the entire team. You got this. Do it on yellow, another color we don't use. And match. Actually, probably should have just aimed for one that did more damage then. Well, that went horrifically bad, but technically we did finish with a full team, so we didn't lose too much of a score. Go, KrissTigger. Solo. How am I tonight? I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Make sure to look at your question. Oh, sorry, Maximuse, what was your question? There it is. You have a main question low on runics, especially brown. Is it worth crafting? No. Well, kind of. Runics are kind of worth crafting. If you have a ridiculous amount of major trait stones, it is. As a newer player, I would say no, but obviously you're not a newer player. I don't know. How big is your major trait stone stack? If you say a number above 1,000, it's probably worth it to craft your own runics. But if you just wanted to take the time, all you have to do is just go to the pure color. So you need brown. Just go to Kazale and do explore a bunch in Kazale. I would net you quite a bit of browns. So yeah, you could just do something like that if you wanted to. But if you were going to craft them, just make sure you have like over 1,000 of the major trait stone, because you will end up using a lot of major trait stones, and you might need them, of course, for other things. So, like in Soul Forge, I believe it only takes major trait stones, 7 majors, I believe it is. Haven't actually bothered crafting one myself, but yeah, 200 souls and 7 majors. So if you needed like 20, oops, that's way too many. If you want, not that many, but if you needed like 20 for a troop or something, how much would that run you? That would run you 4,000 souls and 140 majors. I could definitely see that being worth it if you have thousands of major trait stones. As a newer player, I don't really think that conversion would be worth it, though. Pretty much any kind of conversion in here isn't worth it as a newer player. But, yeah. Runics are one of the few things that could questionably be worth it. Runics and minor trait stones are the two that are scaled in a way that they are generally going to be worth factory crafting, because a lot less major trait stones are used than anything else when crafting troops. You'll have just a gigantic surplus of them, regardless of how you go about playing the game. So, being able to craft them into these two is actually pretty good value. The problem is crafting all the other ones. There's no point ever crafting major trait stones. Arcane trait stones are quite expensive, and Celestials are kind of questionable. I'd probably say no, because if you convert all of these stones into keys, or those little drop things that are kind of like keys, they basically give you 12 troops right here. 2 brown, 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue, 2 red, and 2 purple. So you'd probably want those 12 troops rather than a Celestial trait stone in most instances. But yeah, basically just the Runics and minor trait stones are about the only two worth crafting. You have 773 minor earth. Okay, that would be okay to craft then. I'd say use about half of that for crafting, and hopefully that'll be enough for whatever you need. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to get with those minor trait stones. But yeah, just don't deplete your entire stash, of course, because then you're going to have the inverse problem of needing more major trait stones, the rare ones. Okay, anyways, let's go back to Guild Wars. Back to the Guild Wars. Who should you build with Famine? Famine, when you generally build a Famine, you put Gorgolfa in first slot and kind of just let everything leak into it. Famine Def is sometimes used as well if you wanted to go down that route. Not quite sure if you have a Def. If you don't have that, you can go with something just like a Apothecary to feed into it. Apothecary, oh never mind, Apothecary does have 1 block. Is there anything that doesn't have any block onto him? I don't think there is, actually. Alchemist has block, Apothecary has block, and what's the other color he needs? Green. And Greenseer has block. Oh, I didn't notice that. All 3 of the things that give him mana have block on him. But, yeah, the biggest concern that you have whenever you use a Famine is figuring out how on earth you're going to give him mana. Once you figure that out, you just build around that. Oh, you just got a Def yesterday. Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. The optimal team for it is a Scion Ragnagord with 2 traits. Or it's a Scion fully traded, a Ragnagord with 2 traits, a Famine, and then a Def. It's one of the strongest defend teams in the game, though the game has been shifting to an extra turn meta. But out of every single team that doesn't use extra turn spam, it's one of the strongest defend teams in the game right now, as well as a okay invading team. I don't think it's the absolute quickest thing out there. Famine has never really been a quick kind of win troop. He's more of a safe win than a quick win. Where do we go? It's why he's so annoying on defense. New meta, I know, right? The meta right now is actually really, really annoying. Probably one of the most annoying it has ever been. Mainly because of how spammy extra turn is right now. Well, we'll move that, move that. What else do we need to do? Corvash? Or just blue? Probably a blue Surge would be our best bet. Or even green Surge. No, neither Surge. Okay. Well, I guess we just take another green and go from there. He doesn't really have anything ready. Good, he didn't get an extra turn there, so we can just Corvash that. Now we can target it as well, though we don't actually have any targetables. We'll just get rid of yellow, get rid of red next. Move that over. Oh, I probably should have taken that for 4 times brown. Could have gotten more mana. I keep forgetting that 4 times can surge now. Move that up. That hasn't been a thing for such a very, very long time. Or for a console, it always has. But for PC and mobile, that's something that has just recently occurred in the last like month or so. And I keep forgetting about it. Well, we'll go and throw down the KrissTigger right there. Get ourselves a little bit of brown, which we kind of already had, but we can go get more blue, throw the Corvash right to drain it, and should be pretty safe from here. We'll get a KrissTigger soon after. That will clean up the 2 that we need to kill. Oh, this is a Guild War battle, isn't it? Yeah. For some reason, it feels like a PvP battle. Probably should have taken those browns right there. Actually, so much so that I'm going to need to remove them. I'll do that. I don't know why, but this one feels like a PvP battle. Let's see. I sometimes forget that while I'm in Guild War as well. It's like, oh, it's just a normal battle. No, it's a really intense battle that needs to be a good score. It doesn't matter too much. I think we still scored over 1,400. Yeah, we did. Barely over, but 1,423, I'll take it. Hey, there was a major Earth. Speaking about major Earth trait stones. Oh, now we have Dark Troll and Furnace, Queen Mad Plague. That should be pretty easy to beat. Unless the Dark Troll starts going crazy. Well, I guess the Queen map could maybe be a little annoying. I don't have any cleanse on this team. Almost every single team I run within Guild Wars doesn't use cleanse. Let's see. I kind of forgot everything. I have really, really short-term memory. I could start doing something 1 second and then like a few seconds later it's like, oh wait, what was I doing? It's like a fish. Okay, well, I don't want to move that over or else he's going to take the skulls. I could take the blue and get 6 mana from him. The only problem is we already have a fully up Scion. We could hope for a blue, I guess. Oh, we didn't get it. Oh well. At least we got that drain on him, so we don't need to worry about that as much. Just take our little bit of mana. I don't have a KrissTigger yet, so I can't do that move. I'm going to hope that stays there. So what we're going to do is throw our turn and see what he does right there. Oh no, he moved it! He didn't move that part, but he moved the top part, so there's not a yellow there right now. I was going to KrissTigger the green and get an extra turn. I guess we just remove like yellow or something then. Even red would be pretty good. Yeah, let's get rid of red actually. Yep, I gave him a lot of extra turns. Should probably start focusing more on what the cascade will be than the color we need to remove. At least he didn't have Kraken or something though. So I will go for the Crystallize. Not only that, but I need to remove purple so he doesn't extra turn as hard, which he still did. He wastes his turn right there, which is nice. He does have Infernus though, which could get a kill landed. Whoa, very lucky cascade right there. Wow. I'll take it. That was extremely lucky. We got like a bunch of cascades, then into a drop of a 3 skull into a 2 skull that were already there for a 5 skull. Really nice. The only problem is I don't have a skull, another skull that I can take to go and poke him. There they are. Well, I can't take them now though. No, my Scion! Come back! Oh, well, you can just wait till they get full mana. That one's gonna have mana next turn. I just need to mainly get our Corvash up, and once we do that, we win. Problem is, we can't do that right now. Let's just get rid of yellow. I'll get some nice damage on them, get our summon, we got the mana, perfect. And yeah, now the only slight thing we have to worry about is Plague, but that's not really going to come into play much. Unless I feed him mana. Which is always a possibility. Okay, I can Skull Distract him, which I believe is our best bet since we're going to get another summon anyways. So he'll die. Not much I can do about that. Oh, I got it. Ooh. Ooh. Neither of them will kill him. I need to find something that has 12 on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There's green right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exactly so. And that would be 32 damage. Oh wait, never mind. That's one more than enough. I didn't even need that many. But we'll go for that. Get a poke. Get our summon. And now we can Corvash for the win. Oh, come on. It's 2 damage off. Well, I'll still take it because we can KrissTigger after. And that is match. There we go. Okay, well that could have gone a bit smoother, but the win's the win. As long as we score over 7,000, it doesn't really matter too much what we specifically score, because the amount we lose from one lose is quite substantially higher than the little bit of extra that we can get from using a riskier team. The highest score I've ever scored so far has been a little over 7,600, and if you lose one battle, you lose like 1,200, whereas if you go like absolutely as perfectly as you can, you only gain like 600 extra or something. It's a pretty small amount. So, let's see. Anointed 1, Ragnagord, Famine, Stargazer. That could be a little annoying with Anointed plus Stargazer. That is an extremely high skull damage. We're probably going to lose the Scion, in which case we'll have to start KrissTigger spamming after. Hello, Sideways! Welcome! Oh. Final question. Is there any good Urskea teams? No. There isn't a single team that you can build out of full Urskea. Really, there's almost nothing you can build out of Urskea. There's only 2 troops in the entire kingdom that are even remotely usable. Actually 3. Baba Yaga, but it's really situational and only really used within the context of Guild Wars for summoning and for the disable. So that's really just Guild Wars only. As far as the other 2, there is the Leshy. Leshy is a really, really unique troop, particularly for a common, that entangles all allies, which in some instances can actually be a beneficial thing, since you can't lose attack value while you are entangled. While you will have 0 attack value for the duration, you can't actually lose it. It's also rather good against wisps, which are used quite a bit right now, because a wisp does attack value, or does damage, based on what your attack value is, and if almost your entire team is entangled, then you're pretty much going to do 0 damage to... a wisp will basically do 0 damage then. So it would be a lot more effective against that. As far as the other one, it's mainly just the King Mikhail is the only other Urskea troop that's even remotely decent. And he's pretty much exclusively used within Skull Spam. I've tried using him within full AoE teams. He doesn't work. You have to use him within scroll spam. In full AoE teams, you're better off just going Gorgolfa instead. Or even Artima would be better than him. Well, I'll go move that over. As far as scroll orientation, that's about the only thing he really excels at. So, we have a Drain. We do not have Crystallize, though, surprisingly. So I'll go for the Drain, because we obviously don't want him famining us. That would be very bad. We'll take the green just so we get some damage. I really want a Corvash right now, but there's no way we'd be able to get full mana. Actually, no, there is one way. I'll take the brown, he'll take a skull. And now, oh, perfect, perfect. Exactly so. Exactly what we need to have happen. Well, we won then, it looks like. Because now we can just skull, drain that, have full mana. Corvash. And then throw Scion. And then we pretty much just won right there. Ooh, I gotta take that skull. If I don't take the skull, he kills me. Christinax, do we throw it? No. 1 HP, you've got to be kidding me. Now that's unlucky. Well, we got the Corvash, let's throw him first. And now we just have to kill the last little bit of damage. And hopefully not kill our Scion. Would be great if that happens. Or doesn't happen, I should say. How do we go about this? I guess we try mana draining it. Don't hit us! There we go. And somehow that Scion lived the entire battle. And I believe that was our final one. And we scored a 1668. That should bring us to about 7,200. Not the greatest of days, but still 5-0 down the line for today. Or no loses, I should say. Ooh, only a 7,104. That is actually a little bit lower. But or anything over 7,000 I'm perfectly fine with. And there we go. I believe we're all the way at number 10 right now, but we have many people from the guild who haven't done their battles. You can even see, relative to someone like that, they still scored way higher than us, even after we done all of our battles. But we still have like 29 battles still, which will definitely bump us up quite a good deal. And as long as we make at least 8th, that'll be fine. Because that's when we get the higher rewards and stay within bracket 1. So, anyways, I already went over the jewels that we got, but let's go get ourselves some more jewels from the Soulforge, from the dungeon system. Today is a red day for that, for whatever reason. It's not synergized to be the exact same color as the thing. So that's all. I always found that really, really weird. What quick team should we roll against it? You know what? Actually, let's try Justice Team. I haven't been running many Justice Teams lately. Also, did I miss any questions? What are they going to fix with Impervious? Oh, with Impervious right now, Mana Burn and Devour can actually hit Impervious. Did they say when they were going to fix that? But yeah, Impervious is very, very broken right now. It doesn't, not broken as in strong, broken as in it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. At all. It was a little bit of a glitch with the most recent patch. Well, where do we go? Purple wouldn't really do much. Yellow does nothing. This is a horrible, horrible board to try to throw this on. For some reason, he did not go for that. Perfectly fine with that. So we'll go and get our team rolling, and that's pretty much match right there. Yep, we got the Devour. Get the Queen Mab damage. Get the Skull. Oh, come on, you missed the Skull. You had one thing to do. One thing. There we go. I don't even know why I'm bothering to use this team. This team is so overkilling them every single time. Oh, you'd like to ask if there are any viable giant teams? All giant teams, not really. Partial giant teams, yes. The main thing that gets used within a giant team is mainly a double troll. Particularly the combo of Forest Troll plus... Oh, now I forget the troll combo. Forest Troll plus Sea Troll and Rock Troll plus Dark Troll. Those two combinations of giants or trolls are quite common because they are basically like the Green Seer Giant Spider Loop and the Alchemist Hellcat Loop. They're essentially the same thing, except they spawn the gems instead of convert. Conversion is still normally better, but the one benefit that spawning them to the board has is even if you don't have alignment on the board, you can still attempt it. Whereas with conversions, if you don't have the conversion on the board, you already know that you're going to miss 100% of the time, in which case you would have to wait. Whereas with spawners, you can cast it without ever waiting. There might be boards that are worse to cast it on, but you'd always know that you'd at least have the chance of doing it. Whereas if a converter doesn't have alignment, like for example, if we had Valkyrie right now, we would be able to do it on brown, but let's say that brown wasn't there, then we'd have no option at all to cast the Valkyrie, and we'd have to wait that or just miss with it deliberately. Whereas a converter, I mean not a converter, a gem spawner would still have that chance, even if there isn't any alignment on the board. Did you find any good teams with Yasmin's Chosen? We found a couple of them. I can go do one of them real quick. I don't forget if I have any of them saved, though. I think I had a Guild War related one saved. I forgot what the perfect one was. I believe it used something with a web spinner, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get rid of all of them? Pretty sure I got rid of all of them. That's unfortunate. I can go make one real quick, though. I can almost guarantee I kept at least one, though. I really need to keep a slot for it, because it's actually not that bad. Was it this one? No, that was... You could technically put it on that. I think that was something I was kind of working with it on. I know for sure I saved at least one. Come on now. It wasn't green impervious. Purple loop, no. Oh yeah, purple loop was actually it. It was on my purple day. I ended up doing that. It was Cyan, Green Seer, Yasmin Chosen in that. But yeah, let's go make one from scratch. Okay. So, a Yasmin Chosen team. Let's go get everything we need for it. Obviously, you need Green Seer. That's like the most obvious thing you will ever need with a Yasmin Chosen. There almost isn't a single team that you wouldn't run Green Seer, even on Purple Day when you use her. I don't think there's a single instance where you'd bother not using Green Seer with a Yasmin Chosen. It's almost required to have that combo if you're running Yasmin Chosen. I guess there are a couple teams where you could go without it, but it's definitely really advised to have it. And we'll need a web spinner up front, if I can type it. And other than that, we'll need like one other troop. So, Wisp, no, just kidding. Actually, Wisp would work, surprisingly. I wouldn't mind keeping Wisp in this team, now that I think about it. Let's see, web spinner, yeah, that covers everything. We get the extra purple too, so we don't need to set a banner to it. So, you know what, we're going to keep the Wisp, why not? We'll go on the yellow-green. We could also go on a purple, you know what, let's actually go purple-green instead. If I can find it. Didn't we just pass it? It looks like the spider web. There it is. Purple-green. Alright, let's go with this then. See what happens. Web spinner banner. I don't think it was Wisp I was using it with before, but Wisp might actually be better. Okay. So, all the board we have next to me right now. That Skull, I actually don't mind him taking. So, who moved that over? We do not have a drop. Was kind of hoping for one. So we'll just move that. Get herself a Wisp. Get her alignment on something yellow. Perfect. And now we can get rolling. So we'll throw that down. Get the web spinner down. Come on, web spinner. You're supposed to not miss. Though that was a pretty bad board to try it on. In all fairness. I'm sure taking those blues as well. But yeah, now you can just loop between the two and basically win. And of course, if you take any skull, assuming they can be poisoned, that's triple damage to them as well, which is always nice. And what else we need? I guess we'll just take a purple. Oh, that's way more than what I wanted, and down it goes. Yeah, something along the lines of that. A web spinner, Green Seer, something, and a Yasmin's Chosen is enough to keep it stable. And let's go get our reds and see where that brings us as far as all of our shards and everything. So if we go into our jewels, our jewel total is now, hey, we finally hit over 2,000! 2,030 jewels, diamonds, 100 blue, 400 green, 500 red, 300 yellow, 0 purple, 400 brown. Brown and green currently have nothing to be used on. They are only used for the epic weapons, which are basically useless. So let's go get our 10 diamonds, craft those, yes. And there's one other thing I want to go get. Let's go get the new weapon that we can now do, the Dawnstone. So now we only need one more before we can show the video for those four. Three. Actually, I could probably show them all four. No, I'll probably do a separate video for the other one, just because it's so epic and expensive. But we'll do a video soon, as Yellow Day comes around, for Broken Shard, Shattered Blade, and Dawnstone. And now we can make the Dawnstone part of it. So we'll go get that. I see this weapon having potential. The only problem is there's no hero class that synergizes with this. Because a Dawnstone you're going to want to cast on first slot. The only problem is every single red hero class as of currently is oriented to being used in first slot. So giving a weapon to red that's supposed to cast ideally on first slot's kind of irrelevant, because you wouldn't gain as much of a benefit casting this on your hero. You would want to cast this on something like a Gurgoltha or something, or anything that can tank really well. You wouldn't want to cast this on an archer, on a assassin class or warlord class or something, which are the two red ones that currently exist. Neither of them would benefit much from this buff, but it gives an ally a bunch of life, half their mana, cleanse, barrier, and enchants them. So quite a bit of buffs and cleanses all in one. It's basically every positive status effect other than enrage, plus a bunch of life and a bunch of mana. So it has its potential. I don't really foresee me using it much at all. Really, all of these 6 weapons. The only one I'm ever going to be using probably is the Dawnbringer. In the instance I'd most likely use it is within the context of Guild Wars. I mean, not Guild Wars, sorry. In the context of Arena. Because in Arena, this thing is going to be absolutely overpowered. Because if you have... for every yellow troop on your team, you end up gaining a 2x boost ratio. And this does count itself. So you're getting additional 2 damage automatically. If you were to draft a pure yellow team within Arena, you would be doing 8 additional damage per cast with this. And with the damage that it already does, given the fact that it might gain some extra magic and gives barriers and all that other stuff, you can almost like one-shot the entire enemy team. Definitely 2-shot with this weapon. So it's going to be quite powerful. Will it be better than Runic Blade in Arena? That is questionable, because Runic Blade is also insanely powerful. But it's going to be pretty top tier as far as Arena weapons. Though anyone who actually does Arena would never bother getting this weapon because it's so ridiculously expensive. You need to craft all 3 of these weapons, which each cost 100,000 souls, among other resources. Then you need 1,000,000 just to craft this thing. After we do Shattered Blade, we're only going to have like 60,000 souls left, 61,000. I never thought I'd see my thing go below 7 digits, but we are going to go below 7 digits with it. Can you ask which you're not too sure what does the number mean at the top left of the card? Oh, the top left of the card, there's 2 different things that it could possibly mean. If it's over top of a color, this means what its mana cost is. This just means how much mana it needs before it can cast its ability. This other number represents the magic stat on it. Magic is used to scale up abilities in almost every single troop in the game. As you can see with this troop, it ends up increasing the amount of attack that he does. It's not really too obvious every single time what specifically gets boosted. But as you can see with this one, it's the true damage that gets boosted. In an anointed one, it is the attack and life boost that gets boosted. In an Artima, it is nothing actually. So that's one of them that doesn't have any kind of boost based on this magic. This one is whatever the level of the summon. Basically, every troop that has the capability of summoning takes it. The level of the summon is based on whatever the magic level is. But there are troops, like I mentioned, that have absolutely no effect whatsoever. Let's see if I can find one. How about Apothecary? There we go. Apothecary, for example, has absolutely no effect whatsoever on gaining magic because it doesn't have any stat there. But about like 90-95% of every troop in the game gains something from having additional magic. It's considered the most strongest stat in the game, mainly because a lot of troops can boost very, very high based on having additional magic. Yeah, some people should have Dawnbringer already. If you were purchasing the $5 pack on all the color days, you would already have Dawnbringer by now. I didn't end up buying it every single day. I bought it on a couple of days, but not every single one. So I'm going to have it on the next yellow day. I'll have the Dawnbringer. So we'll make sure to cover all that once we actually get it. So next yellow day should be within the next few days or so. So probably sometime this weekend we'll get the video out on the Dawnbringer. And then soon after, given that they're giving us so many jewels, I'll probably be able to do the new mythic as well. Okay, so let's get ourselves a wisp down. Oh, I should have taken those yellows first. Didn't realize those were aligned. That actually would have been really good for our greens here. But oh well, we'll throw the web spinner. I'll just kind of get the board situated with a little bit of green so we can keep extra turning. And that goes straight back into our web spinner so we can start looping with that. Should have taken the red. Not that big a deal though. Keep getting that going. And just clean up with that. And look, we can't even entangle them and they still get destroyed. Can you actually summon a troop above level 20? No, it isn't possible to summon a troop above level 20 as this current moment in time. The reason for this is every single troop is capped at its rarity as far as how high of a level it can be summoned. So let's say, for example, we had a... let's go by rarity. Not base rarity, but actual current rarity. So let's say we go all the way down here. And come on, get me down to the lower ones. Okay, so let's say we had a troop, just some kind of random troop. Perfect, a falconer. let's say a falconer tries to summon. The level of the falcon, the warhawk that it summons, is based on its magic level, but is also capped on whatever the rarity currently is. So for example, my warhawk is currently a rarity of ultra rare, meaning that whenever it gets summoned, it will be capped out at level 17. It can never be summoned at level higher than level 17. But then if we ascend it again, it can be summoned at level 18. Even if we haven't done the leveling into it, it can still be summoned up to a level 18. The reason why you can't summon anything higher than a level 20 is because this applies to mythics as well. Mythics have a cap level of 20. So since the rarity of the card is 20, you can never actually ever summon something higher than that. So yeah, that's basically why 20 is the cap. And also why if you have it at a lower rarity, even if you have the higher level, like if you had this thing at 24, even though we have a level 24 summon technically, it's only going to come in at level 17, because that's the max a ultra rare can go to. Commons go to 15, rare 16, ultra rare 17, epics 18, legends 19, and of course mythics are the cap at 20. So yeah. Also, let me go upgrade some of these. I didn't even realize we had some of them. Let me go get this up. There we go, another one. Another mythic for the pile of mythics. And go level it up, another level 20. Use up those souls before we don't have them anymore. I really need to go farm them soon. I haven't bothered going out of my way to farm souls. I haven't bothered doing that for ages now. New Kingdom on Friday? There should be. Though there were some people saying that it wasn't, but I haven't heard the devs say anything that it wasn't. Maybe they were just messing around with me. Who knows? That could have been a thing. But to my understanding, yes, there is a new Kingdom coming on Friday for PC Mobile. Not for console, though, unfortunately. Let's see. Did it get moved back? Nope. Even the spoiler thread still shows it coming on Friday. We'll see what happens when it comes. I'll still be waking up early just in case. But it should be coming out. And if it is, we'll have the video out in the morning. And then we'll be, of course, covering it all during the stream. And everything like that. Oh, I know why I didn't use Wisp with this team earlier. Oh, yeah. I was wondering, like, wait, why didn't I use Wisp with this earlier? It's because, for the really obvious reason that you entangle spam. And if you're entangling the enemy, a Wisp is basically useless. I remember now. Because that was something I was thinking of doing initially too, when I was first thinking of teams, but then I went with something else. I can't think of what that other thing was. But now I'm trying it actually with a Wisp. It almost seems better with a Wisp. Not because the Wisp gets any damage, but because it gives you that board control you need to be able to land your extra turns. Of course I missed as soon as I say that, but that was a pretty bad board to begin with anyways. Well, all we need now is just that little bit of extra damage. It's webbed again. It's not poisoned at the moment, though, because it ended up getting revived. That's a bit unfortunate. Because we pretty much would have killed it with that skull if it would have. What do we take? I guess just a green right here. Get that, get another web spinner down. Go from there. Hopefully extra turn that, come on. And then skull. No skull, so we'll cast a few more times. No skull still. There we go, a little late though. We would have had enough damage to do that even without the 3 times bonus. But down it goes. You get 322 souls with Fairish Raw. That's still pretty decent. With only 1? It seems about how many you would get with 1. You had Ragnagord. Why do you say had? Did you accidentally disenchant it or something? Why do you need to farm more souls? Oh, because I'm about to have to use 1.1 million to get the new weapon. We'll be able to get this later this week. Could probably start doing that some now. I'd probably do most of it off stream though, because it's pretty much just throwing Fairish Raw over and over again. But we need it for 1 million, boom. So that entire one's going to be destroyed, leaving us with only 160,910. But actually it's going to destroy both of these, bringing us down to only 60,910, because we're also going to have to throw 100,000 at this thing. So yeah, our resources shall be burned. Come on, we only needed 100 more yellows. So close. So very close, but we'll have it soon. Maybe it'll have a yellow day tomorrow. That'd be perfect if they did. But yeah, that's why we need more souls. But if I do need to go get more souls, all I'd have to do is go into a challenge. I might need to find a different one other than Zolkiri that I can go do it to. I think almost all of them would end up working. Pride Hunter, I don't want to have to do it against. Let me see. What's another really easy one around here that we can still one-shot everything on? I need to find something without Agile, is the main thing I'm looking for right now. Because Agile would slow us down. You don't have Agile anymore. You used to in the past. Here we go. Here's basically the same thing, except it has an Atlanta. So I'll take it. So let's go throw our soul farm on it. But yeah, this is basically what I would do if I wanted to gain a bunch of souls. Put it on Warlord 3. Throw this team at it. Get the Valkyrie up immediately. Take skulls when we can. And just kill them out as quickly as we can. We'll pretty much automatically gain the max soul amount. So that's not really something to be concerned about. The main thing is killing them as quick as possible. Because just by killing them as quick as possible, we're naturally going to gain max souls. So I'm not too concerned about that. So we'll take the red right there. Gotta keep making sure we get the Valkyrie. I probably shouldn't have converted out to purple like I just did right there. That was a fail. But we'll go through the little tap right there. See if we can get ourselves some more Valkyrie. Perfect. Get another little tap. That's less Ferrous Raws that we'll have to cast. As I said, not to get rid of purple. I kind of needed to. Move that up. Get our manas. Double Ferrous Raw. Dead. And that's match. As soon as he decides to end his turn. And then we get like 800 something souls. But yeah, that's basically what I'd have to do to keep farming souls. Get 825 at a time. And basically just keep repeating something like that over and 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 over again until we have as many souls as we want. This gains upward to 50,000 souls per hour when used with triple Ferrous Raw. And if I did want to farm souls, this would be the way to do it. For doing this for 20 hours straight would actually give me... I know that's a ridiculous amount of time, but if I was technically to have done that, that would give us enough resources to buy the 1 million soul weapon without actually going out of our way to get any additional souls or anything. Or, you know, without actually depleting our stash, I should say. But obviously I'm not going to do that. That is way too much time. That is way too much time. For how average the weapon is definitely not worth that amount of time to try to invest into it. So we'll just take some purple right here. Actually, some brown would work too. And then just get a double Ferrous Raw. We can also take Skull Pokes because we don't need to worry about Agile. All of them seem to be pretty much weak enough that that will work. So we'll just keep poking them down. And he'll do whatever. And we'll poke the last one down. Oh, it was Ragnagord that I had in the team. Aha! Thank you. That's what you meant. That makes more sense. That's what you're referring to. Yes, that would make sense that I put a Ragnagord in it. If you ever need mana generation, just put a Ragnagord. But yeah, that's basically what I would do for souls. Let's see. Soul team. Azurus, Dragon Soul, Ra, Azurus. Wouldn't you put the Dragon Soul first, though? Instead of Azurus? And go Dragon Soul, Azurus. Or actually, it would be Dragon Soul, Ferrous Raw, double Azurus. Wouldn't that end up being the team you would use instead? I don't get what the point is of putting Azurus up front. Because he's blocking your initial mana that you would end up getting. And with Dragon Soul, you're going to get excess mana anyways when you do the explosion. That will bleed into everything else. So yeah, let's go redo the other team then with what I was using before. Instead of the Wisp. So it was a Ragnagord. So we'll get the Rag in there. Ragna. I have no clue how so many of them have Rag in their name. Maybe Rage or something. So Ragnagord. Same banner? No. Brown-red instead. Go for the super quick Rag. Move that up as a partial tank. And there we go. Okay. Do that with 2 Ferrous Raw, a Necromancy Troop, please. You want to see how many souls you will get? Sure. Though I believe I'm getting 25% souls on top of what you might be getting by the fact... Well, I'm getting 50% souls from the guild, but I believe you're getting that as well. But I'm also getting 25% souls from VIP. So I believe it would be 25 less souls than whatever I get would be what you would get at that level. Unless you also have VIP 4 or whatever it was. I forget exactly at what VIP level I got slightly more souls. Doesn't make that big of a difference, but, you know, helps over time. We'll go throw that down. Throw the web spinner. I mean, I was throwing the web spinner as I'm casting not web spinner. Good job. Get another one of those out, and that's team wipe. Oh yeah, that was what I was using before. That was definitely what I was using before. It was when this was the team that I basically said, oh yeah, Yasmin actually isn't as bad as I thought it was. That was basically the team that made me say that. Defend rewards. Useless, but I'll take it. We can farm more souls. The time it takes for us to claim that reward, we can almost farm more souls with a Ferrous Raw. So yeah, let me go test that for you. Where was I just doing it? Adana first challenge, which is basically the same as my other one, but it doesn't have an Agile that we have to deal with, which is nice. Nothing on this team has Agile. No, nothing on this team has Agile. Good. So, let me go and throw the team, but instead of 3 Ferrous Raws, we throw in only 2, and we throw a Warlock as the other one. Put it all the way in the back, and we're good to go. Okay. So let's see what happens. Oh, you're the same as me. Oh, okay. So yeah, you'd be getting the exact same soul value than whatever this battle would be then. Exactly the same. Okay, so we'll throw it on brown. We got a nice purple line, so we'll go throw that down. Get a recast, and that's already matched. Perfect. Now, if we could do that every single time, that was like 30 seconds. I'll take it. But yeah, you would get 675 would be the exact amount, Maximuse. So a single Fairish Raw would be giving you an additional 150 soul. Well, that makes sense. He has 150% boost. Yeah, so that would be the difference then. 150 if you were... Oh, never mind. That would be 100% boost. But yeah, 150 souls is the difference between the two. Compared to using a double Fairish Raw with a Necromancy with triple Fairish Raw. It's 150 soul different per battle. Because if we go back and do the same battle, it should be 825. But that one's 675. Really lucky we got triple of those. I don't know why I would do without them. They're just so amazing for soul farming. They save so much time. They're one of the few mythics I said, oh, this isn't really going to be... Actually, I probably say that a lot. Like, this is barely going to have any use at all. But then it ends up having, like, an absolutely amazing use later on. Like, I knew this was going to be used for soul farming. I just didn't realize it was going to be this vital to soul farming. Because I assumed, at the time when Fairish Raw came out, they said that they were going to be adding a lot more soul farming troops to the game, which they did. But I was assuming they might give, like, something that might be even, like, similarly as good as Fairish Raw. Nothing has ever come in that's even remotely the same as Fairish Raw. It's not even comparable to any other troop. Okay. Well, except maybe like a Valkyrie or Dragon Soul. Those are about the closest two that you really get. But Valkyrie has been out for almost forever. And Dragon Soul was a newer one that came in, which is kind of decent. But neither of them actually increased the cap of souls, which is one of the main things you need to get a lot more per hour. Yeah, 825 per battle is definitely pretty decent. And we can do that about every 40 seconds or so. And if I was actually to calculate that out, I'm kind of curious if we did do a 40-second each. What would that come out to? 825 times... Oh wait, never mind. I would have to go and divide that in. But yeah, it does come up to just slightly above 50,000 then. You need to finish training your Raw. Oh, if you need traits for it, go and... Oh, what two traits did I actually need? I completely forgot off the top of my head. Let's see. That awkward moment when I'm about to say how to do something and then forgets how to do something. Let me go to Ashtender. Actually, I forgot. I still need to do a video on that too. Ashtender.com is no longer ashtender.com. It's now GOWDB, which stands for Gems of War Database. It's still the exact same website. She just changed it to a different URL. If you go to the old URL, it does redirect you to the correct place. Here, let me go see. What do you actually need for that? Troops as a table. Get ourselves a Fairish Raw and see what we need. Pharaohs. I really wish there was some kind of indication on the card itself to show what trait stones it would end up needing. But yeah, Fairish Raw requires blue purple and brown purple. So blue purple wasn't that available last week, so you probably don't need any more blue purple then, since you probably bought them all last week. So the only thing you would need then is brown purple, which you'd get, I believe, exclusively at Darkstone, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's about all you'd really do then, is probably just crush through Darkstone with some kind of weird team, like a Bombot team or something if you have. Yeah, I don't believe any other kingdom is brown-purple. Pretty sure it's just Darkstone. Move that up, get ourselves the browns. Complete miss, fail. I'll go move that down. Oh, come on, he even got the dragon thing. He's not even supposed to be in this kingdom. What are you doing? Well then, we'll go take a brown. We'll kill him, but that won't really help much. You know what, let's Black Manacle kill him. Because we can do this, and then summon, and then Bombot, and then kill. There we go. Can we get a trait stone on the first one? Nope, we only get a minor. That would have been amazing. That does happen to me a lot, it feels like. Getting on the very first one that we ever do in a given instance. It always feels good. Especially since it sometimes takes around like half... excuse me, like a half an hour just to get one. Sometimes. Alright, we'll Bombot that. Dead. There we go. And can we actually get a trait stone though? No, we got a runic, but oh well. Good enough. Could you go to disenchant all your troops, but no, do it just to see how much you'd get? Oh yeah, sure, I can go show it. If I was to disenchant every troop I have, we would end up getting... I'll hit one of those buttons eventually. Actually, if we click no, it won't matter. But we would end up getting 2,064,950 if we go and click that disenchant button. But yeah, we'd have a lot of souls. That amount of souls with the quickest method in the entire game would take over 40 hours. It would almost take like almost 50 hours. It would take about at least 40. A good 40 hours it would take to get that many souls. With the best method in the team. With slower methods, it could take over 100 hours to get that many souls. Like if you were running a Valkyrie triple Warlock of some kind, that would take about 100 hours to get 2 million souls. So yeah, it is a lot of souls. I have one of the highest troop totals in the entire game. There isn't a list yet for a like high scores list of the highest troop totals, but I do know that this is among like the top 10 in the entire game, I believe. I've yet to actually see someone higher. I know there are people that are higher, I would assume. Because there are people that are very close under me, like only by a few hundred or like 1,000. Haven't actually seen specifically someone above me. Like even if we check the leaderboard right now, if we check the top 5 right now, no. Well, most of these people are just enchanting all of them immediately. No, 75,000, which is less than half. No, I think I'm re-clicking on some of them. No. Oh, Strawn might have. How many do you have, Strawn? 50,000. Nope. Yeah. I still have yet to see someone higher. Let's see some people in global chats. Oh, never mind. I wasn't in global chat initially, so there's not going to be any chat there. Fail. But does Macaulay have more than me? How many do you have? Some people who have started the game probably as soon as I... Like, everyone who started the game initially probably have a very similar amount to how many troops I have. Assuming they didn't disenchant them. I did used to disenchant my troops in the past. I think I stopped around a year and a half ago, though. Is there any way to render or reorder the team so they can be organized? No, unfortunately, there's currently no way to drag your team. Like, for example, if we want to suggest a team to be where 4 times Dragons is, there's no way to move this team to there, or vice versa. That would be a really nice feature to have. It doesn't exist, though. So if you wanted, like, this team right here, all the way, let's say, right there, you'd have to go, see what all these troops are, memorize them, replace all these, memorize them, replace all those, and then switch them that way. There's no way that you can just, like, drag these to shift them, unfortunately. That would be really nice if they added that feature. Currently, it does not exist, though. So you just have to basically just shift them all. It's why my teams are so disorganized normally, because it would take me about an hour or two just to go through and shift up the order, because the current way that the game works, you have to manually switch out every single last troop to reorder your teams. So it would take a very, very long time to actually have to do. Which is why I don't do it, but it's organized enough. I have the suggested team up there. I normally just keep the top and the bottom organized. It's the middle that's just a whole bloodbath of teams all over the place. Anyways, is there anything else you guys want me to show, go over, anything else tonight? Just let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap up in a few battles. I believe New Kingdom is coming on Friday, and if there is, we will be covering that in great detail. We'll be doing the key opening in the morning, and then, of course, the stream going over it. One thing I should mention is I will be doing the Saturday stream a bit earlier than usual, mainly because I have something I need to do on next Saturday and the following Saturday, a little bit afternoon, or actually pretty much like right at noon. So we'll basically be doing it from the morning to about noon time when we do our Saturday stream. So just a heads up for that. So if you're planning on watching it a little bit later, you might not be able to on Saturday. That's only going to be applicable for this Saturday and the following Saturday. And possibly not even the following Saturday. But definitely this Saturday it's going to occur. Oh yeah, of course, we'll do the key opening video. Last time we ended up doing it on stream. I think I'm just going to be keeping them as videos, though. I don't know, it's just more convenient doing it that way. It doesn't mean we're not going to open any keys during the stream, but a good bulk of them will be as their own separate video. What is a good blue team to use for Guild Wars using KrissTigger? How many KrissTiggers do you have? One of the best Guild War teams is just spamming KrissTigger a bunch of times. You can use 4 KrissTiggers if you want to. It is a viable team that actually works. within Guild Wars. As weird as it may seem, it is perfectly viable. Also, how are we dying almost to ourselves? We just died to a dragon team because I'm not barely looking at it. Well, anyways, retreat. That's not gonna win. Fail. What, do I have to go pull out the 4x dragons? This is supposed to be 4x dragons. I'm using the safer version, but it's pretty funny that I would die to basically myself. Let's see. But yeah, as far as a blue team, other troops that you would end up putting into a blue team to end up making it work, you would generally put things like a Queen Mab. You would put in another KrissTigger if you happen to have. Okay, so you would go double KrissTigger with a Queen Mab and one other troop, depending on what you have. You can also go Scion Corvash, which is what I normally go for. Not quite sure if you have that, though. Generally, most of the troops that you synergize with it are legends, for the most part, so I'm not quite sure what you may or may not have available. But things like Scion, Corvash, Queen Mab, Justice if you're running the Queen Mab, and other various troops work pretty decently with it. Okay. Also, if you're doing multiple KrissTiggers, and not one, you will need to have KrissTigger fully traded. Not quite sure if you do. By any instance you ever use multiple KrissTiggers on a team, the reason why you use it is because of its crystallized trait, which is the only trait currently in the entire game that basically allows a troop to be able to function even if it's completely blocked by another color, which is why KrissTigger can be very, very powerful, and is also particularly powerful when using a bunch of them in a single team, because it doesn't really gain much of a negative effect from using multiple in a single team, since as long as you take a purple, you're perpetually gaining mana. The only thing you really have to look out for if you are going to run a team like that is Wisps, mainly because Wisps are the best thing currently in the game for disenchanting, and disenchanting will move the enchant, or dispel I should say, will remove the enchant on your troops. So you gotta watch out for that. You can always reapply it, but it's just a little bit annoying. Yeah, you don't need multiple copies of those, though. As long as you have Queen Mab and Corvash, that'd be fine. Go Corvash first slot, Queen Mab second slot. Actually, you know what? You'd probably go with KrissTigger first slot, Corvash second, Queen Mab third, and another KrissTigger in last. Something along the lines of that. Because you want to make sure at least one of your KrissTigers can live, because you need it as a summoning troop. Oh wait, JZG, where are you? Did you say something in chat? We can go fight you real quick. What team are you using right now? Some kind of annoying goblin team or something? Well, there's Maximus. Oh, never mind, that's not Maximuse, it's Maximus. Close enough. Yeah, what JZG, where are you? Say something. There you are. What are you using? Kraken, Farce Troll, and Dawnbringer. Interesting. You got the Dawnbringer already. With the Titan class, so you're gaining some extra stats off your other giant. You only have one yellow, and you're barely going to have the red on the board. Should we go Kraken fight? Yeah, let's go Kraken fight. Kraken versus Kraken. Let's see who wins. The green spam Kraken or the Justice Team Kraken. Alright, well, right off the bat, we'll take blue. Great first turn already. Let's try getting a Valkyrie off. Ooh, that miss. And no follow-up either. Okay. Well, we have Valkyrie. Do we have alignment for it, though? All this board, and we have nowhere to use it. We'll just take a skull. I don't want it to go too crazy with the Krakens. And which it's about to. Oh, good. We can get the conversion on green. So because we want to make sure you don't have any greens. So that you can't do anything with the Farce Troll. Or at least if you do, it'll miss. And get a little Valkyrie. There we go. Nice. Oh, your thing did not waste its ability. We'll just throw this on red. I like how I'm helping you by giving you the extra magic boost. Okay, well, we get the free turn right there to go get rid of all the barrier that was just created. We'll go get rid of all the reds I've been creating. Get another Valkyrie down. Throw down the Kraken, get Devour. Didn't get Devour. Throw down another Queen Mab. Justice it. Missed, kind of. And let's match. There we go. Can't go wrong with Justice Team. It's been that strong since it came out. Still loses to quite a few things though, but it is a fun team to mess around with. Poor little Farce Troll. Yeah, Kraken, multiple Krakens with Farce Troll is surprisingly strong. Haven't been seeing as many people run it these days though. More people are running the Wisp and extra turn spam with like goblins and stuff still. Even after the Goblin Week, people still run all goblins. It's really, really annoying still. Particularly when they run it with a Queen Mab, because then you can't use a loop team against it. Okay, well, we'll do that on greens. Don't really need the color that much. Throw this on skulls, start getting our rampage going of skulls. Get that out so we get a Queen Mab. And exactly enough to cast it. Take the skull. Take more skulls. Miss. Good job. Double miss. Okay, well, we'll go take the blue into the skull. It's enough to kill. Pretty much everything we do will be enough to kill. I kind of want to get rid of the green so it doesn't entangle us. Because every time it takes a green, it will entangle. Which, of course, is annoying. We'll just go for a poke, I guess. No, it entangled the one we needed not to be entangled. Exactly what I wanted to not have happen. I'll just go move that over. We did not get to Surge, though, however. It did lose its turn from denying that yellow, though. We'll take that. Oh, good. He lost his turn again. Thank you for that. I see the AI. I didn't even realize that. The AI is still really dumb when it's frozen. It hasn't actually changed. There we go. Because it loves denying those 4 times. But then it loses its turn from taking that 4 times. Oh, there we go. Still worked out. You just logged in and got the second mail from the devs, did you? Oh yeah, we got the second mail! Hey! Oh no, it's green. Interesting. Well, that was quick. That didn't take long. Yeah, we already got the second mail from the devs. Oh, I hope my other account still has the first mail. Oh, my other Let's Play account. I was going to do a video on that either tonight or tomorrow. That better have its other mail. I'll go let them know if it doesn't. But that'd be annoying if it gets the second mail but not the first one. I didn't realize we'd get the second one so quickly. But yeah, there we go, guys. We got the second jewel mail. Go claim it. 1 event key, 200 diamonds, 1,000 shards, I believe they're called. Yeah, or fragments. I forget what they're called. Let's just call them shards. Shards and 100 emeralds. So yeah, let's go grab all that. One step closer to the mythic. And we appear to be getting that every single day. So that means we're going to get 4 more days of it. That's 1,000 more. So what would that bring us up to? 1,000 more jewels. That's how many we'll have in 4 days, not counting the thing. So yeah, we're going to be really close then with 4,000 more jewels. Because if we go take our other thing right now, we go get that real quick. So we'll go craft that. Yes. Oh wait, never mind. Wait, we only get 1,000? I thought I was given 5,000 or something. Wait, was this less or more than the other one? I don't even remember now. We can always look back in the stream. But, yeah, we'll go claim that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 5,000 the other time. Okay, anyways. What would that bring us to then? So, wait, was it only 1,000 this time? Let me go look back in the stream. That's gonna bother me now. Pretty sure. Yeah, I gave 5,000 the last time. They gypped us 4,000 shards. I know they're giving it to us for free. But yeah, the first time it gave us 5,000 little shard thingies. This time it only gave us 1,000 little shard thingies. I wonder if they realized that. Yeah, I know. I didn't think I was going crazy. But yeah, they did give 4,000 less shards this time around. I wonder if they know that. You didn't give us our 4,000 free shards. I don't know if that was intended or not, but yeah. So that's only 210 per day then, in that case. So we're actually going to be a little bit less than that. So we'll be about, well, that's still going to be quite a few. We get 800 more, and that would bring us to 3,050. And then the extra 40, so 3,090. So not counting the dungeon that we do every single day, we'd be at 3,090 as soon as they give us all these free resources. That would almost be enough for Exynos. The mighty Exynos. He's actually not that mighty, but he's the only card in the entire game I do not have. Actually, no one in the entire game has him as this current moment. It's literally impossible to have him. Mainly because he costs so many resources. So no one has him. Maybe they were watching your stream and saw that. Oh, that would be funny if they were. And then it's like, yeah, free resources for everyone. That would be really funny if they did do that. But anyways, I do really appreciate them giving that though. Just wish they would rebalance the dungeons a little bit. Maybe just slightly quicker on resources. I know that their whole reasoning behind like making them come in slowly to the game Just seems like a little too slow. Not a single person can even craft a mythic. It takes, I believe, a little over a month. I forget exactly what the value was for it, but it's a little over a month before you can actually ever craft a mythic, which I guess is fine, being able to do one every single month. But then you can't do anything else with them, and that's assuming you put all your shards into them as well. But overall, I'm looking forward to see what they do with the crafting system in the future. It's something that we've always been wanting for a while, and now that it's finally here, it could definitely use some adjustments, but at least it's here, so they can make adjustments in the future. What is a good Guild Guardian team? Basically no team uses all Guild Guardians. If you were to run 4 of them though, if you were a newer player, you'd have to be under level 100 to get away with something like this though. But if you were to try to do it, you would have to throw down something along the lines of a justice, loyalty, humility, and a courage. Something along the lines of this, with a double green banner, just to make sure they don't die. So something along the lines of this is what you would run if you were to wanting to do all 4 of the Guardians. If you only wanted to use one Guardian, the best team you could possibly make is Justice team, which is basically any first slot with Valkyrie, Justice, Queen map fully traded. Only the Queen map needs to be fully traded. But this triple combo is still one of the stronger combos in the game, and one of the few instances of skulls that is actually viable. Most skulls right now are pretty much useless, but that is one instance where they're not. One thing you do have to watch out for this team with, though, is against Wisps, because of course with Wisps, they do have the really high damage that they do based on your actual skull damage, so gotta watch out for that. Let's see. Oh, let's just get the Valkyrie up immediately. Of course, we don't get to surge, though. Neither of them surged, surprisingly. Either of them surging would have gave us enough, but they didn't. We don't even have a convert, do we? That's not good. I'll smooth that down, then. There we go. Get rid of his purple. We need it, too, but he needs it more than we need it. And I guess we work on a Valkyrie again, since there isn't much else to do on the board. Ooh, he is going to drain us, though. Guess we have to go for Justice and rebuild that way. No, we just got the Valkyrie. Why? Okay, well, we'll rebuild on that. Once we get it going, we should be fine. Problem is, we can't get it going. This board's horrible. I don't have any way to really redo the board at all. Oh, there we go. Well, that works. Except it still didn't really move where I needed it to, but we'll get rid of red. Not really the color I want to have to aim at, but I will, if it means we can get this team started. So we'll get that rolling. We'll start throwing the Kraken down. Got the Devour, really nice. That gives him a lot of attack. Even more so than what he already had. And even against Wisps, we take it down. And now all we need is one more little skull, and that would be a match if we can somehow find a way to take it. Let's move blue over. Throw down on skull. And down it goes. Yeah, you can also run Corvash Honor. That used to be used a lot more back when gem spawns would actually land. I personally don't run that team anymore that you mentioned. I do have it saved, I believe, though. Even though I don't personally use it anymore, which is kind of weird that I'd still save a team that I don't use at all. But I do for when people ask about Guard's Avatar teams. Let's see. Yeah, it was this. Oh, no, I use a Tesla version of it. I use Apothecary Honor Tesla Corvash. Still the same premise, just without a Guard's Avatar. It's a basically the same team, just based around Tesla instead. But personally for Guard's Avatar teams, do I not have it saved? It's weird. Do I not have my Guard Avatars team saved? There it is. Oh, there it is. Guard Honor. This was the one I think you just said. Except I'm using a Apothecary instead of a Setite. I'm using Honor, Apothecary, Guard, and Emperor Corvash. If you put a Setite on it, it is a pure brown, which is kind of interesting. So it could be used within the context of pure brown Guild War days. But this is personally what I like using for my Guard's Avatar team. It's Mercy first slot. Don't use this against Scion, though. It's pretty bad against Scion. But other than against Scion, it's Mercy first slot with a Alchemist Hellcat loop into a Guard Avatar. So I'll move that down. Hopefully he won't interrupt that, and he doesn't. Perfect. Get the cast, get our extra turn. Hellcat will throw onto anything that will give us an extra turn. Pretty much everything just gets thrown on whatever is extra turn. Then once the board is cleared of extra turns, like I believe it is right now, we throw Guard's Avatar, get the loop going again, cast again, then we win. We'll throw that down, boom. Throw this on anything that will extra turn, like a blue, take it. That gives us another Guard's Avatar. Ideally that would be enough damage, and yes it is. And that's basically how the match goes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer depending on revives and stuff like that. But what just happened right there is the general premise of how a Guard's Avatar team goes. Guard's Avatar does have one of the highest damage potential of any mythic currently in the game. It has a really high liability though, because any armor damage it takes, it starts losing a great majority of its damage potential. But assuming it never gets hit, it can maintain very, very, very high damage. It's just like a high risk, high reward kind of thing. If you can win quick enough, you don't even need to worry about getting hit, like in that instance. So it ends up working out pretty nicely. You actually only have KrissTigger, but you have 2 Queen Mabs and also have a Wisp, Corvash. What should be a good team with those? Well, you can throw the Corvash first slot, Wisp, KrissTigger, Queen Mab maybe. Something along those lines. And just kind of go for a freeze with the Wisp. A Wisp plus Queen Mab is a pretty decent combo. A lot of people tend to run this, because, particularly under defend teams, because you can cast the Wisp, and the Wisp will then likely move the board in a way that you can take an extra turn, basically guaranteeing you a freeze off of your Queen Mab, and it's normally pretty good, particularly if you're using a Queen Mab for a particular purpose, to actually be able to get the freeze that she does onto the enemy team. Anyways, guys, I am going to be heading out for the night. Thank you all so much for coming out for the night. We will be back, same thing for tomorrow. To cover the more Guild Wars and everything else that we might have with that. That's the dungeons and any more info that we might have. To my knowledge, the new kingdom is coming this Friday, so we do have that. I'll be doing, assuming it is coming out, I'll be doing the videos and key opening and all that kind of stuff. And we'll get to see how viable it is, and if it actually changes the meta, and if they're actually going to do any extra rebalancing when that comes out. Normally they don't, and they wait till actual patches, but you never know. There has been some instances where a new kingdom has come out where they did rebalance some things, but we'll see what they end up doing with everything. Anyways, thank you all so much. I'll see you all tomorrow night and later in the week. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and goodbye.